Hello and welcome to the Breakout Creative. This is a podcast where I talk to creatives who are already in their field, excelling in their field. As someone who has the resume to blow up or excel in their creative realm, but hasn't quite figured it out yet. So this is really my excuse and the excuse of everyone watching to get in a room with people who are, quote, doing this full time, right?
Love it.
Thank you so much for being on the pod today, bro.
100%.
So for those who don't know, this is Paryeet. He is a streaming phenomenon with millions of views across multiple platforms.
Damn, you just gassed me up a little. That made me happy.
But why don't you kind of explain yourself with us? For those who don't know, who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Paryeet. I'm a streamer, YouTuber, content creator, just all around, you feel me, playmaker, bag chaser, hustler, I've been doing this for a while now, man. I'm an OG in this shit. I've been doing this for I think 5 years now.
Okay, 5 years is a long time.
Yeah.
So you classify yourself as a streamer more than anything else?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I spend majority of my time streaming. I spend hours every day. All my loyal viewers know I stream probably 8 hours a day. LOL.
What's your actual number of streaming hours?
Honestly, for a while it was 2 hours, maybe every few days. Recently, I just got very consistent and stuff. I've been streaming 4 or 5 hours a day.
Okay, That's good, man. So why did you start streaming, of all things? We grew up together, so we kind of have an expectation when it comes to our families of going down, the traditional Indian or immigrant
doctor
path, right? So why did you want to start streaming, of all things?
Honestly, and this is gonna piss my parents off. It all happened on accident. I used to watch streamers and stuff, Los Polos, Aiden Ross, and honestly, I was watching a lot of Aiden, and I was in his chat, and I was just a troll. I'm not gonna lie, I was a troll. I was just spamming random shit, and they just noticed me, and they're like, "Yo, you know what? We're doing this Among Us segment. Just hop on with us." So it was me, Bronny, LeBron's son, Aiden and stuff, and so it was fun. It started from there, and I just started doing this Indian accent. I was like, "Hello, baby," and it's just, I don't know. Everybody liked it, blew up, and I just rolled with it.
Okay.
So monetized and stuff, basically.
So what drew you to kind of watch streamers in the first place? Instead of watching YouTubers or content creators, why streamers as your creative realm?
Man, honestly, I grew up watching YouTubers, and then around 2017 to 2020, I was watching streamers. So I watched them so much, you get that connection with the streamer and stuff, and I got cool with basically Aiden Ross, and we started off there, grew a little friendship and stuff, and when I got into a Discord call with him or whatever, I just do what I do best, start entertaining, did this Indian accent. I was like, "Hello, baby," got into it, and yeah, man, people love it.
So how did you kind of build your connection with Aiden and this kind of streaming realm?
So, what you mean from the start?
Yeah.
Okay. So with Aiden, I just watched him a lot, like I said. Watched him a lot. It was a little troll in his chat. I was spamming bullshit, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little virgin just sitting there watching that shit. No cap. But yeah, I started playing Among Us. You remember when that shit was popping? Yeah, I was playing Among Us with him, Bronny, a bunch of other just streamers and stuff. Got into it. Yeah, from there, he just sort of found me. He helped me out a lot. He platformed me. Then I started doing these e-date things, just virtual dating and stuff. Yeah, I was bagging, my bad, I don't want to say bitches, but I was bagging girls.
Right.
I was bagging them left and right. So, it all just worked out.
So that's something that I've noticed a lot of people say it just kind of worked out, right? Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of people kind of doing this push to try to make it work out, right?
Yeah.
Let's strip back the persona a little bit and kind of talk to you a little bit more as yourself, right? Online we see personas of everyone, right? And this is kind of an opportunity to strip back those personas for creators, content creators, streamers, etc., right? how would you say that you kind of went about forming this persona that you display to your audience?
So honestly, like, I think just with streaming in general, like any type of like content or like honestly anything you do in the world, it takes a little bit of luck and it takes consistency. You know, like you gotta stay consistent with what you're doing. With me, like I got very lucky. You know, I just got blessed into like a good position where, you know, like somebody found me, and then from there, like they can give me the platform, but at the end of the day, it's up to me to build it and grow and, you know, sort of form something of my own. So from there, you know, I just stayed consistent, you know, did what I do best, like go live and stuff every day, you know, just stay in like a little routine.
Sure. So what kind of drew you to streaming in the first place? Like, you know, there's YouTube, like me and you grew up watching YouTube together, right?
Yeah.
We watched Just Rain and,
Yeah.
and all these people, but why did streaming kind of flex your creative muscles more than anything else?
Like as a creator or as like a viewer?
As a both. Let's start with as a viewer.
As a viewer, I'm not gonna lie, it was just like I used to just love like trolling. Like that's just like who I am, honestly. Like I'm just a troll. Like I know it sounds a little psychotic, I'm literally just a troll. Like I see something, I see a serious situation, and I want to make it funny. And I think it's just because, like, you know, realistically, I've gone through a lot in my life. And so, like, whenever there's, like, pain or something, I just try and, like, laugh it off, make it funny, make jokes and stuff, you know, and just push through. So for me, like, you just troll the streamer and stuff. Like, it was, like, stupid shit. Like, for example, I used to watch Los Polos a lot, you know. Him is just, it's easy. You just got to sit there, you got to spam, like, oh, you're big or some shit like that, you know. Like, you see a streamer crash out and you just, like, it's hilarious. You know, that's from a viewer's perspective. Now, on the other side is like a creator getting those trolls. I fucking hate it.
Sure.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, they come in there, but it's also nice. You know, you get to actually like interact with your viewers. Like, you know, like I feel like that's just like the best way for like viewers to sort of get that like one-on-one connection. Like, it's not like a celebrity type of thing. You know.
Sure.
It's just more of like it's like a live Q&A. Basically, like for example, if you watch like a movie or something, right? You always wonder, like, damn, like, you know. I wish I could ask them something, you know? So in like a stream, live stream, you just have people constantly like typing, chatting, and, you know, you see it as a creator. So, you know, it's nice. You build that connection with your viewers and stuff, you know? And it makes like the whole thing as a whole, like a very like engaging, like you sort of build like a community type thing, you know? Get it engaging and stuff, and it's beneficial for me as well.
So talk to me about like when you first started, right? You know, originally, like you said, you kind of got platformed by Aiden, but you had to grow your own audience, right? And for those who kind of haven't done streaming or they're kind of getting into streaming, it's hard to continuously try to go live when there's no one watching. Yeah. Right?
100%.
How did you kind of tackle that when it's like, you know that there's 0 to maybe 2 people total in your stream? I even 2 people I can see, like you're just kind of talking to them. Yeah. But when it was 0 people, you still had to go live. Yeah. And because you had to get clips or whatever you had to do, right? Yeah. How did you kind of go about doing that?
So I'd say back when I first started, honestly, there wasn't really like clips and stuff. Like there wasn't like TikTok was more just used as like a dancing platform, stuff like that. You know, you fucking hit the Renegade or some bullshit. But like now, like it's a lot, like I wouldn't say easier because it's still not easy, you know, but like now it's just like, if your purpose is to go live and pull 1,000 viewers off the bat, you know, as a small streamer, you're not gonna make it. That's just not the way to go about it. You gotta go live and you gotta just clip farm everything. Like every little thing that you can clip farm. Cut it up, post it on TikTok. TikTok has honestly changed the world. Like, for example, you would never think that you could ever talk to like a celebrity or something. If you make the right video on TikTok, you can talk to them with ease. And it's like, you know, it's not like the same type of thing where a celebrity is up here and a viewer is just right here, you know? Now it's sort of just like, you can get their attention very easily. Social media has made it that way, you know? But just in general, as far as like the clipping part, you know, you just go live, clip farm, you know, even if there's one person in your chat, tell him, say some bullshit. It's like, say, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, you know, you just clip farm, that's it. Right. Post it on TikTok, spam clips. TikTok, eventually, you'll get a couple videos. If you stay consistent and you just know that you're making engaging content, you know, it'll all work out. You just got to be consistent though. Consistency is the number one thing in this industry.
You know, I hear that a lot, and we'll kind of go back to that in a minute. But kind of talk to me about like the initial catalyst, right? Like, you know, you started streaming with Aiden, you started the E-Dates, and that did kind of boost you. But like, what to you was like your hard work and your luck hit at the same time? What was it?
Honestly, it was probably like the Julio Fulio situation. I was like at the time, like I was doing the E-Dates and stuff, and it was doing good. Like everybody knew me as far as like face goes, but in order to get them like tap into my stream, I'd say it was that Julio Fulio situation. You know, because I used to go live on Instagram and stuff, and he's a rapper. Rest in peace, he's passed away now. But yeah, so I would go live. I would just troll people and stuff, and I went live with him. Like I had my whole like community, my chat, just spam up add Paryeet, and that's what I was talking about before, you know, earlier. And so he seen it and he added me, and so I joined the live and I was like saying whatever. I was about to sing in like the Indian accent and stuff, and I accidentally slipped up. Like so he had like an op or whatever, and his name is Young and Ace, you know. And I went in there and I was trying so hard not, you know when you try so hard not to say something that you end up actually fucking saying it. I did that. The stupidest shit. I went and I was like, oh, I love that song. I meant to say it with D Watkins. Shout out to D Watkins. But I meant to say he had a song with D Watkins, but I ended up saying Young and Ace and it fucked everything up. You know, but you know, like we talked about it and that whole thing, it went viral. It blew up crazy, honestly, like on YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. You know, it was just going crazy. And I remember, I think that's like the moment, like I was like scared for my life, I'm not gonna lie, because he wanted, you know.
Sure.
But I was just like, at the same time, I was like, you know what, like I've been working my ass off and it's starting to pay off. Like this much attention to my name just in general. And it's not like, it's like a bad way, like negative way. You know, everybody could tell I was scared shitless, but you know, I think all that's when it clashed and I was sort of like, wow, like, you know, like it could be my time.
Interesting. When was this? If you like?
This is, I think late 2021, like December 2021.
Okay.
So it's been about like 3-4 years.
Yeah. So that was like your catapult, and after a while, the viralness fades, and you kind of have to go back to your steady.
Yeah.
I know you, and so I've seen that you've had this dip.
Yeah.
Right. Talk to me about that. How was it knowing that you kind of hit this high and then had to drop back down to either normal or even slightly below normal, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
So it's very hard, and it's also very humbling at the same time. You know, like I feel like I'm a very like God first person. You know, I believe that everything happens for a reason. I had the dip, and then, you know, it's just a very humbling situation. You know, I know when I was at my high or whatever, I know in my head I had like crazy ego. You know, and I may have never shown it, but I know in my mind I was like, you know, think I'm that motherfucker, you know? And I think everybody has that. And then it just got taken away. Like I seen it all get taken away. You know, I got banned on Twitch for 9 months, you know, for something that was out of my control when I was like, you know, at my peak or whatever. Then I got banned again when I was at my peak again. Like, cause you know, like I was at my peak, it dropped. I got it all back, it dropped again. You know, because it's just like, I got banned multiple times. And that was the hardest part, because I was like, if it was something where I was just, you know, not being entertaining, I feel like that would make it feel better. But it was something that was literally just out of my control. You know, so I was getting banned left and right. And honestly, in those times, like now I'm very grateful for them. I look back and I'm just like, you know, like, I'm very grateful, because you see who is there for you for real and you see who's not. And, you know, it just makes shit easier. Like, with what I know now, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't change a thing, honestly. Like, and, you know, it's a hard pill to swallow to say, look, I fell off, but you know what? This isn't going to be the end. Sure. You know, I can sit here and cry about it and dwell about it and say, all right, whatever, it's over. Or I can embrace it and be like, you know what? I fell off, whatever, move on, keep stacking the bricks, you know?
So when you had that initial fall off, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, it was hard, but what was something that kind of helped you push past it? Like, consistency, whatever, right? Like, it's hard to stay consistent when you're falling off.
Yeah.
That is true to any creative field, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's you're a filmmaker, a designer, whatever it is, when you're in this lull, it's hard to stay engaged in your craft, right?
Yeah.
What did you do to kind of stay forced to keep engaging in your craft?
Honestly, like, I'll be honest, like, like, when I really realized, I was like, wow, like, this is crazy. I can't believe I fell off like this. I say it was like the start of 2024.
Okay.
Start of 2024, all the way up until, I'd say, honestly, like 3-4 months ago. And 3-4 months ago was where I had like that thing. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm tired of this shit, right? I'm tired of seeing my name get thrown in the dirt. I was tired of seeing all these people switch up and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I honestly, like, I dropped out of college for this. I'm gonna make this shit work. Fuck a plan B. That's just my mindset. Like, now I'm just like, fuck a plan B. This is like, I need to put my all into this shit. I can sit here and fucking cry about it and be like, oh, what could have happened? What should have happened? Fuck all that. Wipe the slate clean and go from here. And honestly, like, going to the gym a lot, like, it helped. Like, it just built a routine. Like, just everything in my life, you need that routine. There's motivation and then there's discipline. You can have that motivation for a couple days, it'll last maybe, right? But then there's that discipline. Like, look, I need to go live. Like, this is something I need. I had, honestly, like, 2024, I'd say, was one of the worst years of my life. I just saw it all, like, go down. So, I saw the lowest of low, and I was like, you know what? When you're at your actual lowest, only way is up.
Right.
So I just took it like that. I didn't think too much into it. I said, I blocked out the hater. I said, I don't give a fuck what they're talking about, and just go straight line ahead.
When you say block out the haters, that's something that's hard to do as a creative, right?
Yeah.
It's you want to create something, you want to push your content, your whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard when you have that negative image coming in, right? That negative feedback. You have all this negative hate coming towards you, right? Whether it's hate, whether it's fall off comments, whatever it is, it's hard to push past that, right? As humans, we want to be liked, and as creatives, it amplifies it even more, right? Because the way that we show and the way that we get validation from our craft is people watch us or people appreciate what we do, right?
Yeah.
As artists, we need to constantly be getting, quote, validation.
Yeah.
And when you're not getting that validation, it sucks, but how is, as someone who was able to push past that, what was something that was essential for anybody that's facing that now?
You just, like, again, like, it sounds cliche, but if people are talking about you, good or bad, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they're talking about you. You're not talking about them. So for me personally, when I finally realized that, I was like, you know what? People can be talking good. People can be talking bad. It doesn't matter. Like, if somebody's talking about me, I'm gonna just use it as a good sign. If I'm still being talked about, I didn't completely fall off. And I think, like, a lot of people are gonna talk shit in your life, just in general. That goes for everybody. Like, in life in general, like, a lot of people are gonna talk, they're gonna hate. But you know what? Good or bad, you just gotta push through. Like, you gotta just remember, you gotta keep the main thing. Like, because let's say you make it one day, right? For example, a lot of people talk shit on I don't know if you heard it, Stable Ronaldo. He was a Fortnite streamer. They talk shit about him. He fell off, right? Then he blew back up. Those same people come back. That's what it is. It's just that fuel. Like, I know how these people are in this, like, industry. If you're losing, they're gonna kick you down. If you're winning, they're gonna, suck your dick, type shit. You feel me? My bad. I didn't mean to get too graphic.
No, that's fine. It's YouTube. You can say what the hell you want.
Nah, bad.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's why this is an internet show, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you can kind of say whatever you want, and that's the whole purpose of this is to have honest and real conversations, right?
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, it's just like, you know, like, you just gotta let them fucking talk, man.
okay,
Like, honestly, you gotta let them fucking talk. Let them yap, let them get it all out, let them bullshit. Because I've literally I've seen it straight on. Like, the same people that used to be in my DMs begging for, like, whatever. Like, yo, can you follow me back? Can you follow me back? Yo, can you reply? Can you reply? Same people are the ones talking about, oh, you fell off, you fell. That's cool, bro. Right. But at the end of the day, you know, I've seen both sides of you, so you're just, you know, it's like, why would I care about what you have to say about me? At the end of the day, you can't do what I'm doing. You're not in my shoes, you know?
right.
If anybody's not in your shoes, why would I let them talk? Like, I don't care. Let them talk. Simple.
It's a huge mindset. It's a mindset.
100%.
Shift, right?
It's a mindset thing. It's a mentality just in general.
So for me, at least, right, and I know for a lot of other creatives out there, it's hard to kind of establish that mindset, right? Of let them talk.
Yeah.
You know, like for me, I'm a filmmaker. You know, that's what I do. I make films and I make content, right? But it's hard. It's been hard for me personally to like push myself to continuously post, right? Like I even did at the beginning of the year, right? You saw I did 30 days vlogs.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Honestly,
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't even people online. It was people that would come up to me, family members, whatever it be, right? And just kind of like, it's like the sly little comments, right? And that started circling in my head.
Yeah.
And that's why I stopped, right? How did you push past that? Because online is one thing, right? If it's a comment, it's a keyboard warrior. A lot of times we can just get past that, right? But oftentimes the people who are talking are people in your real life.
Yeah.
And that's true for any creator.
That's how it is. I mean, like, we're in the same family. Those same people that talk about you talk about me too.
Right.
You know, it's just, again, it's like, you know what? You're not in my shoes. I don't want you to switch up. I want you to keep hating. That's, you know, that's how you gotta look at it. Use them as motivation and be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Like, for example, same shit, like the family. I was like, I want you to stay on that side. I want you to stay on that side. I want you to keep talking that shit. I want you to keep bullshitting because when I fucking do make it, I don't want you to switch up. That's how it is. I want you on that side. You know, stand on your shit. If you're gonna bullshit and hate on me, cool. Keep doing that though. Don't switch up later. Hell no. That's what I don't fuck with. If you want to hate, cool. Everybody has their opinion.
Sure.
You go crazy. You know, it's not your life in the first place, but you know, just talk your shit.
Sure.
But when I do make it, I don't want no flipping. I don't want no switching sides. I don't want none of that.
Okay.
You know?
No, I get that. And so now talk to me a little bit about the rise up again, right? So I was there. I witnessed it firsthand where, you know, you were high, then you fell down, and then you, to me, what it felt like in a span of 6 months, you passed your initial high.
Yeah.
Right? You went viral again. People are sending me clips not knowing that we're family, right? It's like, dude, you gotta check out this dude. He's so funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Build-A-Bear one or whatever it may be, right? Those are your high highs, but you're still staying that consistency, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about what was the catalyst to push you back up? Like, how did you kind of, was it like a deal you made? Was it, you know, was it a strategy? Was it luck? What was it that kind of pushed you back into the main eye sphere?
Honestly, it was just like, it was motivation, I feel like, you know? Like, you take that, like, motivation, again, like, the haters and stuff, like, I don't mean to keep bringing that shit up, but, you know, it's just like, you keep seeing that, and you keep seeing what people talk about, and, like, you know, how they bullshit, and it just makes you want to, like, grind, like, you know? Like, the problem is you can't get comfortable, though. In this industry, you can't get comfortable. You have to, like, keep your foot on the gas and just, you know? Like, that's what I learned a lot. Like, when I first started, like, I got the initial high and stuff, I let my foot off the gas. You know, realistically, when I got banned, I could have gone to other platforms. My name was still popping at the time, you know? I could have gone to other platforms. I could have stayed consistent on YouTube, you know, but I didn't. And, you know, at the end of the day, you gotta just keep pushing. Like, no matter what, whether you see numbers or not, you gotta just keep that goal in the back of your head and be like, you know what, one day it will happen. Manifestation is real. You keep saying something's gonna happen, you keep working your ass off, it's going to happen. You know, it's it's again like it's just all mindset. Like in this field especially, it's all mindset. You know, there's only if your mind fails you, that's when you fail. But if you keep your mind at like a high pace, you keep praying to God, keep your spirits high, you know, that's all you need.
So kind of how we were talking, you know, you had your initial dip, but I've seen you rise back up, and I feel like it happened within the span of a few months, right?
Yeah.
For me, I feel like it started at the brand risk fight. Where do you feel like your rise catapulted again?
Yeah, I'd say it was like I think a couple months after that. Like that's where I feel like I sort of flipped that switch back on. I was like, you know what? Actually, honestly, probably like 2 months ago. You know,
Okay.
I think that's where everything like sort of switched. You know, very recently, I just I turned on the switch. I was like, you know what? I'm giving. I honestly, like I said to myself, I was like, you know what? This is my last shot. You know what? Like if it is gonna work this time.
Okay.
Not like no plan B, no nothing. It's gonna work this time. You know. I was like, I'm gonna just put everything that I have. I'm gonna reinvest in myself. I'm gonna just make sure that this shit works. Like, there's no plan B. Fuck that. You know.
So, you like initially you got banned on Twitch for 9 months, right? You decided not to platform hop. Recently, you have hopped platforms quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
What kind of made you want to hop platforms? What made you want to go from Twitch to Kick and then back to Twitch?
So honestly, when I first initially got banned on Twitch, there was no Kick. You know, Kick is very recent. It came out, I think, 2023, something like that. If that was out then, I 100% would have gone to Kick immediately. Just because 9 months of like not streaming, like it's when you're known as a streamer, it's like just I think in just anything in your life, if you go 9 months without doing something, you're either gonna be rusty. You know, like it's even like an NBA player. Like if you're out for 9 months,
Right.
you're not gonna be perfect right away. You gotta just grind, like be consistent with like workouts coming back or whatever, just in general. So I don't know, like at that point there wasn't anything to like really hop to besides like YouTube, which I did stream on YouTube quite a bit, but for the most part I didn't really like platform hop that much. Now very recently I had been platform hopping like so much. Like I'd go to Twitch and I was like I get demotivated from Twitch, so I go on Kick, and then I get demotivated on Kick and go back to Twitch, Kick, Twitch, Kick. And so now I'm just like now I'm streaming on Kick, I'm happy here, and yeah, it's like working out now. So,
Okay. So you're Kick full time then?
yeah, Kick.
Okay. So why have you decided to kind of stick with Kick for now, rather than Twitch? What were the incentives? What's for streamers, let's say, who are coming up? Why should they kind of see Kick as an option rather than just Twitch?
I'm not gonna lie, the Kick money is. I'm just kidding. Honestly, realistically, it's because I had to just have a realization with myself. I was like, yes, like Twitch is where I was known for, but I can't make it in there right now. I have no hype to my name. I was like, you know what? I need to go on Kick where there's less population. And my name is still known on Kick. And it's tied with also Aiden. Aiden's on Kick as well. So I was like, you know what? His viewers know me. His viewers fuck with me. It just makes the most sense, They're like, out of like so many people on it, because there's so many streamers on Twitch. It's so oversaturated over there. It's like, honestly, blowing back up there is a lot harder than it would be on Kick. Kick, like, I know some of the reps, like they'll front page me, put me on the recommended page and stuff. So it's a lot easier there as far as like, gaining the momentum back. Then once you gain the momentum back, you can think about going back to Twitch or, whatever.
Interesting. So how you were kind of saying, you were able to get reps for Kick. You can get front paged, all this kind of stuff. As a small streamer who's trying to come up, they don't have those options, right?
Yeah.
That is something that you were able to build through your reputation over the years.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say you were starting from scratch.
Yeah.
You were starting day one, you're a streamer, and you chose Kick.
Yeah.
Or Twitch.
I'll still go Kick.
You still go Kick?
100%. Because like I said, Twitch is oversaturated. Kick, there's not that many streamers. It's like less competitive basically, So I'd go to Kick, and they pay for like your clipping basically. A lot of streamers, they pay for their own clipping servers and stuff, pay out the people like posting the clips and stuff. Here it's like if viewers want to clip you, they can get paid directly from Kick because Kick sponsors that. you know, but it's like restrictive, like so you can only clip kick streamers, you know.
Interesting.
So for there, it's like beneficial to smaller streamers. They pay like the clippers more, so the clippers have more incentive to clip you and stuff. You know, it just all works out as far as kick. I think it just makes the most sense. Like if I was to do it from scratch, 100% kick.
Okay.
Twitch is like, Twitch going from like 0 to 100 or even like, you know, it's very, very difficult.
Interesting. So talk to me about the whole clipping situation on Kick, right? That's majority of what I see on TikTok nowadays is stream clips from streamers, you know, whether that be across platforms, right? There's so many streamers that are saying the reason they have blown up is because of clippers, right?
Yeah.
How has your relationship with clipping kind of built up? You know, how have you gone about? Do you clip your own stuff? Do you have clippers? If Kick is doing their clipping for you, like how does that kind of go about it?
Yeah. So honestly, I think very recently, like I said, I even got like that relationship with like the clippers and stuff. Like literally like yesterday is when I had like a viral clip last night, you know?
Right.
Just from like off my stream, and everybody was clipping it just because, you know, there's incentive for the clippers, incentive for me. So it's just, you know, it's very beneficial for both parties and stuff.
Okay, interesting. So your relationship with clippers, right? If you were starting from scratch today and you had to clip, what are some moments that you think would entice an audience to kind of go from a short form platform, such as TikTok, Instagram Reels, whatever it may be, and translate that into the stream platform? How do you, quote, translate that audience from short form to long form?
Yeah. I say girl content and storylines. And those are very tied together as well. If I have a girl, like it's so, honestly, like before I didn't even realize it, but honestly it's very easy to like go viral on like these type of platforms. You get a girl that looks good and viewers are just horny as hell. Like, I'm just be real, you know? Like, that's really what it is. Like you get girls on your stream, you know, do whatever, take them out on a date, something like that. People clip it up and like, they're smart. The clippers are smart. They know exactly how to title it to like get people's attention. Like, you know, and then storyline stuff, you know, with them, for example, like relationship content always does good, you know, like, for example, DDG, he's built his whole thing just off like relationships, girls, stuff like that. I say if you ever want to start from scratch, just watch DDG, watch what he does. That motherfucker is smart as shit.
Okay. So DDG, like you and him are friendly, right?
Yeah.
He was a rapper turned streamer. Whereas I feel like a lot of streamers actually want to be rappers. Like,
so actually he was a YouTuber originally. Like he started in I don't even know when he started. He started a long time ago. He was doing YouTube. Then he went to rapping. Then he went from rapping back to streaming.
Interesting.
Yeah. So he's
been a veteran.
Yeah, he's the OG of this shit, 100%.
Okay.
Him, Soluminati, you know, Duke Dennis, everybody.
Interesting. You were fortunate to kind of, during your initial come up, right? Be able to get in the same room as Stream Titans.
Yeah.
Aiden Ross, I Show Speed, Kai, you know, all these people. How did you kind of get into that room? I know Aiden invited you into the room, right? But how did you stay there? How did you be able to platform yourself to be able to then interact with like Speed, Kai, all of these people? You know, like it's surreal for me just as family, right? Because I see you as my cousin.
Yeah.
I don't really see you as Paryeet sometimes,
Yeah.
right? But then I talk to people and they're like, oh, like, yeah, you know, I saw him on this with like Aiden or this with like Speed or, you know what I mean? Whatever it may be. How did you get into that room and how did you stay in that room?
It's all Aiden, like honestly, like, and you know, and this is why I just hate, like, you see online, he gets so disrespected, but he's the one that really brought everyone together, you know? He made it normal for rappers and like streamers and like viewers all to just be one, you know? And so, shout out to him, you know, he really like, he's put on a lot of people. Like, Speed, Kai, everybody. Like, he's platformed them realistically, like to the point, And then from there, obviously, like it's the streamer's job to like take that and build,
Right.
I think just staying there is like, I feel like it's, I don't know, it's a little bit of, you need to be entertaining,
Right.
along with just loyalty, You don't switch up on people.
Right.
That's how I look at it,
Interesting. So your whole shtick, your persona online is a troll,
Yeah.
right? But not even that. I feel like a lot of it is like this whole Indian accent thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're Indian, so I mean, like,
Yeah.
technically, yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to people when they're like, dude, you're pushing us back 100 years, or, whatever it may be, like?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, like, I see that comment probably more than anything, And I don't really get it, because my thing is, if you can't laugh at yourself, then, like,
Sure.
like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I can sit here and laugh at myself because I'm secure with myself. I know that me being Indian and me whatever, like, it doesn't make me any less of a person than another person. I feel like my whole point is, like, like, I got bullied a lot in school. Like, there's only white people here, so I got bullied a lot in school. And that's not saying white people are racist, but, it's just, they see you and you're very different. Like, I'm the only one. I have no other, like, Punjabi friends, Indian friends, anybody else here, So, like, seeing that, like, I grew up, like, just getting bullied constantly, and people would, like, laugh at me. They'd feel, oh, you smell, you can't get girls and stuff, blah, blah. And so now it's like, I moved past all that. I'm here, and, like, I feel like it's just motivation for even, like, other, like, six just like me, right? Like, I don't cut my hair at the top. I've definitely had moments where I was like, you know what, like, I want to cut my hair because I was just getting bullied so much. And so, I want to just be sort of like that, I don't know how to explain it, like that lifeline for, like, other kids that were just like me. They look and see, look, like, he's with all these people. He's, like, with all these famous people, blah, blah. And he went through the same shit that we did, So that's sort of just been my goal, like, over anything. Over money, over clout, over any of that is just, let's make sure that they don't get bullied like how I did, Because I've been through a lot of shit, and I don't want nobody to go through that. I've seen a lot of people just shit on me, bully me, whatever, right? And I want to sort of have that, be that little, like, hope where, like, I can keep my hair and still, be cool or whatever,
Right.
Type of thing.
And then what do you have to say to people who are like, you clearly you have your we call it a bug, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your turban.
Yeah.
You have your hair up top.
Mm-hmm.
You do shave your beard,
Yeah.
right? There's some people that are even gonna hate on that, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you have to say to people who are like, how can you quote, represent this, like, Sikh identity, but still cut your hair, right? Like,
Yeah.
and this is a very niche thing for just the Sikhs, right?
Yeah,
But, like,
yeah.
how do you kind of tackle that challenge?
I feel like how I look at it, I know I'm wrong for it, right? Like, I know as far as, like, the Sikh identity, I'm wrong for it. But bigger than that, like, I just feel like if you're a good person, you're a good heart, like, that's a representation of what it is.
Right.
I've seen people with full, gish and, like, turban and everything, and they're just shitty people. They're sitting here smoking, like, doing all this extra shit. I'm just like, but, like, the biggest thing is just being a good person from within. If you don't have ill intentions for anybody, if you're morally a correct person, I think that's all that matters. Like, genuinely. And, I know that I could never hurt anybody,
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, I look at everybody as, like, humans. Like, we're all equal. Like, I look at all of us as God's, like, creations, right? So, if you just stay morally correct, I feel like that's all that matters,
Sure. And when you say morally correct, what is your moral compass point to? Like, what are your die standards? Like, as a creator, as a creative, as a person, where are your standards? And do you feel like you have moved them up and down since you've gained fame, or do you feel like they've stayed rock solid to a certain degree?
Honestly, I think I've definitely, okay, here's how I look at it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I have been an asshole. I have been, that's where I've gone, like, very up and down. I think it's just at the end of the day, you don't want anybody to really feel like they're not worth it, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, if somebody wants to start talking shit, I'll happily talk shit back, you know?
Sure.
I'm a shit talker, that's what I do. But like, you know, I think just like random people, like if they're just sitting there, like there's no point in like bullying them or whatever, you know? Like leave them be, you know?
Yeah.
I think as far as like a moral compass, just be a good person. Like, you know, you can be kind, you can, you know, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
And let's kind of circle back to platforming, if you will, right? You know, you were fortunate to get platformed. How do you see it when, let's say, if you see other Sikhs or you see other people that are trying to come up and you see them, you know, working hard for it, do you feel like you have a sense of responsibility to then platform them? Or do you feel like how do you go about that?
So here's how I look at it. I feel like if I see somebody grinding whatever, right? I think it's not necessarily I've seen a lot of people like come up to me and they're like, yo, like, can you post this for me? Can you post this for me? Broski, I can, but it's not gonna help you. People are not genuinely gonna fuck with you for you.
Right.
So it's just like a simple type of thing. Like, for example, if I was to host the E-Date, I'd love for, you know, any of them to come on. I would love to give people opportunities and stuff like that, you know? Like, that's where I'm just like, you know, I would love to do that. But as far as like, you know, like posting them or like doing all that, it's not gonna help you.
Right.
You know? At the end of the day, if you're looking for a shortcut, that you're not doing it the right way. You gotta love the process. Like, you can't just sit here, stream a few days and be like, okay, like, can you like put me on? Like, it's not how it works.
Right.
You know, you also got to like sit there and lock in and grind. In that process, shit like that happens. Like, you do get that luck, and you know, you do get that opportunity. The opportunity will come. As long as you stay consistent, you keep grinding, the opportunity will come one way or another.
Right.
You know?
How do you identify the opportunities? Like, you know, and this is just as a creative, right? Like, to me, streaming is the same realm in a creative field as any other art form, right? Like, you're entertaining, you're an entertainer, right? So to that's a creative field.
Yeah.
That's why you're on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Where do you see this kind of push? Like, does that make sense?
No. So I'd say, like, as far as like opportunity goes, I think is just any chance to platform yourself. Like, any chance, even if it's like networking basically in a way, right? Like, you see somebody's word of mouth, right? Like, if you put on a show for like 5 people, right?
Right.
At least one of those 5 people is gonna go tell somebody, you know? And it's just like a growth thing. Like, for example, for me, opportunity is like, look, that the Aiden E-Dates or whatever, I didn't give a fuck about the girls. I don't care. Yeah. It's just more so like I'm putting on a show in front of, you know, Aiden, who has like a large audience, and, you know, it gets all those people to be like, wow, like, you know, he's hilarious, blah, blah. Then they come check me out. That's where, like, I look at the opportunity. Honestly, like, as far as like the E-Dates go, like, people hit me up constantly to do them, and I never, ever, I rarely say no. Right. Like, I do it for literally everybody. It doesn't matter how small, how big, like, it just doesn't matter for me. For me, it's like, again, like I said, like the clip farming thing, that's like an opportunity as well. An opportunity to clip farm. You know, for example, like, anybody can host an E-Day. I'll pop in. You know, at the end of the day, it's the same concept as a girl and a guy talking. Right. You know, clip it up and put it on TikTok. TikTok's not gonna be like, oh, if Aiden's not there, then I'm not. They don't care. Right. You know, at the end of the day, it's content. You just got to make it entertaining. Sure. You know, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, the opportunity will come, like the E-Dates or whatever, right? Take that, clip it up, post it on TikTok. Right. I've had clips with, like, for example, my biggest E-Date clip isn't even with Aiden. It's funny. Like it's with it's a creator, Tommy Unold, right? Right. You know, and like other people, like not random, you know, but like, you know what I mean, like other creators and stuff, other streamers that just be hosting E-Dates and stuff. I remember, like, back in the day, there's these 2 guys, they would host E-Dates and stuff, and they always ask me, they're like, yo, can you come on? I was like, of course, right? And, you know, kept hopping on there, and again, viral clips, like, just from those, you know? So it doesn't even matter like how big the opportunity is. An opportunity is an opportunity. You grab it and you run. You know?
What do you have to say to people who are, quote, waiting for the right time? Right? I've said that. I've said that more times than I can. I just hit my
What do you
mic.
mean?
A lot of times I'm like, and this is me, and I feel like this is basically anyone in the creative field, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're waiting for the right gear. You're waiting for the right time, you know, like you have some personal shit going on, so you're like, maybe I'll wait a couple months or whatever, right? I've learned throughout my life that it's like the best time is now, but it's sometimes it's you just can't get past that mental thing of like, I need to just start.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to people who are just waiting for the right time, quote unquote?
I mean, that's just what it is, you know. You gotta put all that to the side and realize, look, tomorrow's not promised. I can keep putting this off and never reach my goals, or I can try today and go out knowing that I still tried. You know, like tomorrow's not promised. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Bars.
Like, you know, like honestly, like who knows? You know, knock on wood or whatever. This ain't wood.
This ain't wood. This is wood.
Some shit like that. Yeah. Knock on it. You know, if I was to die tomorrow, I at least like now I know, like, you know what? At least I died being consistent. At least I died knowing that I was still chasing my goal. Right. I didn't give up. Right. You know. But if you put it to the side and just make excuses, like, again, bro, you could lie to the world. You can't lie to yourself. Right. You can sit here and tell everybody, oh yeah, you know, like I have this shit going on. In your mind, you know damn well you could do it if you want to, but you're not. You know? And it's tough. Like, I'm not saying like I'm perfect. I'm probably the worst one. I used to make so many excuses. I was like, honestly, I had a gambling addiction. That's really what it was. Like, that's a big part of it too. So I'd skip my streams. I'd sit here and watch like NBA or NFL or something like that, just because like I was like addicted. Like, honestly. And I was like, you know what? Like, it's all good. I'll make my money from here. I don't need to stream. I don't need to stream. I kept putting it to the side. And I came to a realization. Also, after I fucking lost so much money, you know, I came to a realization. I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit, bro. Like, just stop making excuses. The excuses will fuck you. Excuses will honestly take you from like further away from your goal. Each time you make an excuse, it's taking you further from your goal. Each time you do something, it's stacking a brick. Right. You know, so it's just the excuses got to go. You know, that's what everybody in any field, whatever field you're in, whatever you're trying to do, you can't make excuses. You think the people that made it are making excuses right now? Hell no. They're not making no excuses. They're saying, you know what? I'm sick. I can't stream today. Nah, fuck that. I'm going to still stream. No days off. Like, at the gym, people that want it, people that really want it, and are fucking like grinding, they're not going to make excuses no matter what. Right. My back's hurting. I don't give a fuck. Still going. What? You know? That's just the mindset you got to have. It's like, you got to keep your foot on the gas. Occasionally, yes, you take a break, you can take a rest. It's cool. But you got to still grind. You can't just take a rest every day. Right. Like, you know?
Everyone says consistency is important, right? Even you.
Yeah.
Anyone that you talk to will always, any streamer that you see is clipped talking about this consistency, right? Yeah. Let's say people who are creators, who are artists, who are filmmakers, whatever it may be, streamers, they're consistent, but they're still not seeing the road. They're not seeing the path forward, right?
So it's also like, okay, for example, right? If you're consistent, you're just going straight. Sure. You can do that and hope for success, but you also gotta like get better. For example, Mr. Beast said it actually best. I was watching this clip. He's like, every day or every video or whatever you do, just make sure you do something better. Whether, for example, he said in a video sense, he's like, make the thumbnail a little better, make the video a little more entertaining. You know, like just little things, little tweaks every single day, and you show up, like, you know, it's life changing. Like that consistency, you can't. It's not like you just consistent and you're gonna make it. Like you know, it's consistent. You gotta do something better. You gotta maybe like come into like a stream with like a separate bit, like a new bit, another clip form idea. You know, like you gotta come with something. It just can't be, you know, you're there every day and you just show up. Like, right. You also gotta elevate. You know? So,
when you say showing up and elevating are two different things, right? Showing up is consistency. Yeah. Elevate is, let's say, growth, right? For people who don't really know how to elevate, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's say, what are some tricks that, let's say, you used, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are some things that you did to like evaluate yourself
Mm-hmm.
and be like, all right, here's what I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
What can I realistically do better next?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for like a stream, after a stream maybe, like if I had a good stream, I'll go back to that and I'll rewatch it and I'll be like, you know what, like what clicked? My chat, when was my chat moving the quickest and stuff, you know?
Right.
Like what was I doing? What was I saying, you know? So I'll take it from there and I'll be like, you know what, that works. Let me take that and bring it with me, you know? And it's sort of just like something like that. Like you just gotta do something better. Like, you know, even like an artist or something, you know, just maybe like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not in that field. I'm not really a rapper. But, you know, like just whatever you do, I feel like you gotta just do something better.
So, but
Or something different, or something, just something at all. Like you got to tweak stuff.
what's your self-evaluation process? Like, you know, you said like you kind of go back and watch the stream again, but like, do you do anything that like, let's say 99% of other people don't like?
I mean, like I read, for example, like the hater messages or whatever. Sometimes people will come in my chat and they used to love me and they're like, you know what, you're different. And I'll ask them, I'll be like, yo, like, how am I different? They'll tell me, blah, blah, I'll take it with me and I'll work on it, you know? And it's just anything. Like, that's where, like, the haters are actually beneficial as hell. The people that are talking, like, you know, honestly, take their advice and fucking, like, put it into, like, whatever you're doing.
So you actually reach out to hate comments?
I've literally reached out. Like, people will literally sit here and be like, yo, like, you're boring or whatever, right? I'll DM them, I'll be like, yo, like, how am I boring? I swear to God. I'll be like, yo, like, well, what did I do that you think was boring? And they'll tell me, they're like, yo, like, I hate when you go on Monkey or whatever. Well, all right, cool. I'll chill out on that. Like, I'm serious. They're like, oh, you come to a stream unplanned, no ideas. So I started literally making, like just having some type of idea. Like, even if it's just one idea and the rest of the stream is just bullshit, that's like, you know, the highlight of the stream. You know, that's honestly why I started doing it different. I actually, like, some kid he literally, like, he was sending me death threats. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why are you so angry? And I DM'd him, and he's like, bro, you're different, bro. You switched up. I said, how the fuck did I switch up? So, like, you know, I had like a full-on conversation. I'm really cool. Like, I reply to a lot of DMs. Like, people always just be dick riding me in the DMs. They're like saying bullshit, and I'll always reply. I'll be like, yo, like, you good? Like, you need somebody to talk to? I've had haters. They just having bad days. Like, come and blow steam off on me, and I'll actually talk to them. I literally have sat there for like fucking 30, 40 minutes just talking somebody through their problems who was just hating on me. You know, like, so I'm a chill person. You know, but like, honestly, like the hate, like, you need that. That's what I'm saying. Like, you need that. Like, and now anytime I look and see people like hating or whatever, I'm happy. I'm like, you know what? Like, this is good for me. Like, I need people to comment. You know. For example, on like a post, right? The way to get it, bro. Even if somebody is hating, right?
Right.
You know the best way to blow up on Instagram or TikTok or whatever the fuck it is? Any platform is getting shares. So even if one cornball is fucking dick riding me and spamming the fucking share button, cool. You helping me, gang. Like, what the fuck? You sending it to all your boys and fucking all those shares around. Like, you realize Instagram, that's what they want, dickhead. Like, you know, like, so it's just like, it's beneficial to me. Like, when they do that, they're like, oh, Paryeet's cringe. I was like, cool, send it to as many people as you know. Keep dick riding. What?
Okay. That's really funny, actually. But so let's say.
My bad.
What do you mean that you like hopped onto DMs and like talk people through their problems? How do you even go about doing that?
Bro, it'll always be like some fucking angry school shooter in my DMs, like spamming me. Fuck you. Alright, like shit. Fucking reply, I'll be like, yo, why is fuck me? That's literally what I'll say. Like, I'll go on Twitter, I'll be like, yo, like, why is fuck me? They'll be like, bro, I fucking hate you. I was like, why? They're like, you piece of shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And they'll just like talk me through. And then like, bro, one time, like, you know Neon, right?
Yeah.
He was fucking dating this girl, and I was just always commenting on it. I ain't gonna lie, I was dick riding too, you know? But it was just funny to me. So they just like spam my DM, they like threaten to dox me and shit. I'm like, oh god damn. You know, but then I just like reply to them, I'll have a conversation. They're like, yo, you're actually a nice guy. I was like, yeah, Captain Dickhead. Like, what the, you think I'm just some fucking psychopath? Like, you know, that's another thing. Like, people just like, they actually fuck with me. Like, they just want to hate on me for whatever reason. I don't know. But you know what? I love it. But, you know, I'll just reply to the DMs, reply back, write them back. No matter. I always show love. But,
That's hilarious. So your form of audience engagement isn't always just like reading chat, like or like replying to good DMs. You just like straight up.
bro, honestly, even the people that love me still dick ride me. They still hate on me. The people that genuinely fuck with me, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Now I'm thinking about it. These people are fucking horrible. Like the people that watch me, honestly, genuinely, if you come and sit through one of my streams, they're literally psycho. Half the stream they're spamming gyno, and like some bullshit. Like they're always just talking, bro. But you know, like that's how you find people that genuinely fuck with you. That aren't like afraid to, you know, tell you like, yo, Paryeet, that was horrible. You know, like you need people like that in your corner. Even if whether it's viewers, people around you, it don't matter. Like,
Sure.
you know, it's anything in general.
Interesting. So, I have another question for you. You're now managed, right? Like you're under management.
Yeah.
What kind of made you want to go from independent to being managed? Like, what was the shift?
Honestly, like I always like, for example, when I was like really, really popping, like and I was pulling like my peak viewers and stuff like that, like I was always wondering, I was like, why the hell am I not, like I wasn't making anything crazy. I was making like, honestly, like 3,000-4,000 a month. And that's like it's good money, but at the end of the day, it's like for what my virality was,
Right.
I was just like, bro, why am I not making more? Like this is crazy.
Right.
You know, and it's because sponsorships are huge. Like in this industry, sponsorships are the biggest source of revenue, honestly. Now, like I'm making so much more than when I first started. But it's like, you know, like I'm not even, as far as like numbers wise, I'm not even close to like, you know, like as far as like viewership wise, like I'm not where I was, you know, but I'm getting there. But yeah, as far as like money goes though, I'm making a lot more now than when I was at my most popping. So I definitely say like it does help. Yeah, the cut sucks, like, you know, especially me being Indian, I fucking hate seeing money go out of my pocket, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, like it makes sense, you know, and the percent is just, they gotta get paid too, you know.
Sure.
But it's also like an incentive as well, you know. For example, let's say a management takes 20% and you're making 100,000. That's $20,000. Wait, is that the right math?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is that so? That's 20,000 for them, you know, and it's just more incentive for them to like try harder to get you a better deal, you know. They're gonna negotiate the hell out of them.
Right.
You know, like I'm Indian, I can't negotiate like that, honestly. You know, so it's just it is definitely beneficial. You know, so my goal was just like, look, like I genuinely, like, I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like as I dropped out of college and school and shit, I sort of like just lost a little bit of my brain. Like I don't know like certain words and shit. I'm not even kidding. Like I'm so serious. I don't remember like words. Like I can't speak like publicly. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure. Yeah.
Like I can speak like an idiot like all day. I can scream and fucking shout on my stream all day. But like when it comes to like having like a professional conversation, I can't do it. So, you know, I think in that aspect, like a manager helps. They'll talk for you. They'll like, you know, crunch the numbers and stuff. They're always looking for what's best. That's why like giving a percentage or whatever is the best thing. You know, they'll always try and work harder so they get paid more as well. You know. Well, honestly, they came to me. Like, you know, when you get to a certain point, they'll come to you because at the end of the day, managers are always looking for you can manage multiple clients. You know, at the end of the day, they're always looking. You know, like they'll come to you with like a proposal or something, you know, and it's just, they're greedy as well, you know, like the more money they make, the happier they are, you know. It's the same thing as they'll also go out, they'll see who's popping, they'll see who's like up and coming, who they can manage and stuff, and you know, they'll reach out and talk to you about it, and you know, so as long as it makes sense, like don't give them fucking 80% and you take 20%. That's just, you know, that's horrible.
So people reached out to you for management then? You didn't reach out to them? Okay. How did you differentiate? Because like, I've gotten DMs that like, hey, like we're, you know, so-and-so agency trying to manage you, and then I'll like do some research and it's some fucking scam shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how do you take people seriously when they're approaching you for that?
Honestly, again, for me, like I just got lucky. Like I already knew the person. Okay. You know, I already knew them. He's sort of just like, he was like, yo, like Paryeet, like your virality doesn't match your like face. Or sorry, your numbers don't match your virality. You know, like you're a lot more viral than your numbers show. He's like, let me help you out. You know? And I trusted him because I've known him for a long time. You know, he's a good guy. And so I took it from there and I was like, you know what? Like,
Okay.
let's go. And he's helped me out a lot, honestly.
Okay. So when it comes to like, you know, getting brand sponsorships and things like this, like, you know, you're like your main sponsors are like what, Steak, Kick, right? Do you still do like actual like product brand deals, or is it
Yeah,
a lot
100%.
more
I'm
just
open to it.
platform-based?
I'm open to it. I think it's just right now, like, there's like a lot in like my emails and stuff. You know, I'm always open to it. It just has to make sense at the end of the day, you know?
Sure.
Like it just can't, like, for example, like a product, like I can't just accept $25 to promote their, you know?
Sure.
Like, so it just has to make sense at the end of the day, you know?
Is there like, how do I face this? Is there brands that you would work with, but the money's not right, so you still do? Or is it like, or has there been scenarios where like, let's say there's brands that you want to work with and the money's just not there, but you know that that type of brand movement would actually help your career?
100%.
Like, how do you kind of go about navigating that?
100%. I think like it's not always about money, you know? It's also about like opportunity as well, you know, potential. Like, for example, if I see a brand come to me and it just makes sense, like, you know, like I think it's going to do well, I'll be like, yeah, 100%. Like, I'll promo it.
Okay.
You know, and I'll be like, you know, just when you do fucking pop off, don't forget me, you know?
Sure.
Like, it's that type of thing.
That makes sense. With streaming, like, with streaming and brand deals, you know, it's not like an ad, right? Like, for me, I work in film and I work in advertising, right? So a lot of what I do is like actual ads.
Yeah.
A lot of what you do isn't really an ad. So
Yeah.
how do you kind of incorporate your content strategy into a brand deal?
So, like, how do I include the brand into my content?
Yes.
Okay. A lot of times, honestly, like they don't really ask for anything like that. Like, for example, like the Steak or whatever, like it's easy because it's part of the content. Like I just, you know, blackjack, they see it, they watch it, and you know, benefits both sides. But like, for example, like a product or something, I feel like I'm trying to think. Like, okay, for example, I remember I did a sponsor stream for HelloFresh. Like they just wanted my banner there, and for me, like to tell them, like be like, yo, like, you know, like this is a good like food something. I literally forgot what HelloFresh is. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
Shout out to them though. But yeah, like they just had me like put a banner or whatever.
Service, whatever.
Yeah. So they had me put like the banner in the corner and stuff, and they're like, yo, just like every once in a while, like tell them like, yo, like, you know, or like if it's like a game, for example. Actually, that's a better example. Like a game, Raid Shadow Legends. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Right.
They goddamn, they pay a lot, you know, but they'll hit me up. They'll just be like, yo, like play this game for like an hour. We'll pay you this. Cool. I don't mind. Okay. You know, so something like that.
Sure. Have you been reached out to do like quote ads? How do you kind of translate that as a streamer into a more traditional space?
I don't know. Wait, when you say like reached out to do ads, you mean like a commercial?
Like commercials or, you know.
I don't think I've taken any of those actually.
Interesting.
I don't think I have.
Why is that?
I don't know. I really don't know. I was honestly just very lazy. Like back in the day, like again, that's what like a manager's very like helpful for. They'll go through your email or whatever and like actually like set everything up. Back in the day, like I had so many emails like for opportunities like this, and I just
squandered them.
Yeah, I just like sort of just I was like my bad. Like I was so lazy. Like I just didn't even want to go read through the emails and stuff, which I definitely should have done. Now knowing how much money is in sponsorships, it's probably most of everybody's like revenue. 100% it is. You know, like the kick, like for example, like subs, KCIP, like it's nothing compared to sponsorships. Sponsorship money is insane.
Do you feel like for you and for like other streamers, do you think brands want to reach out for reach or for personality, right? Like, do you feel like because you're starting to get more more viewership, do they want that audience, or do they want to kind of have you be a face or a front for their business?
It just depends. Like, Some are just trying to grow their platform more or like grow their brand more and stuff. Others are like willing to take risk, you know, as far as like potential and stuff, you know. I think it just sort of depends on the brand. Like some brands are like very like set already, where they're just like for example like Nike, all those like they're already like set, like you know, they're multi-billion-dollar companies and stuff.
Right.
They're like they're just looking for like faces and stuff.
Sure.
But like other brands that are coming up, they're more like, okay, we need that reach. Like how can we get here, you know?
Right. So if you're a smaller streamer, how do you kind of, because you don't have that reach yet, right? How can you influence people to want to work with you?
You gotta just grind. It's unfortunate. Like if it's the answer is basically, you know, you gotta just get to that popularity. Like it's a sad truth, you know. You can't expect to, like for example, it's like in basketball too. You have to go through high school ball, college ball, then you get paid. Well, now I think college ball you get paid, but you know, like you have to get to that point. You have to work your ass off. Then all the like pay or whatever, like it all come. You know, you can't start streaming and be like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I have 2 viewers. Let me reach out to, you know, Nike.
Right.
Like, you know, Nike's gonna laugh at your face and say, okay, haha, kick rocks. Like, you know. So you sort of have to just build. I don't know. I know like Clippers and stuff, like they like some Clippers they just start streaming, and while they stream they'll like clip other people's content and stuff and post it on TikTok, and they get paid big for that. You know, like I've seen Clippers make like $200,000 a month type of thing.
Damn.
Insane, yeah. I honestly sometimes like shit. Should I fucking do that? Like, goddamn.
How so these guys are getting paid like kind of how we were talking, like through Kick and stuff, or is it like do streamers reach out to them and be like, hey, like clip my shit and I'll
yeah. So some streamers have like their own server, like where they pay them. For example, Stake, they have a server. Kick has a server. It depends. Like, you know, like some streamers, if you go direct, they'll pay like, I think like $40, $50 per 100K views.
Wow.
Like video, like so, like if somebody gets a video that gets above 100K, that's $50 right there. And then like in that month or whatever in that cycle, like however many videos you get that are above 100K, and like it's per 100K too. So like if a video gets, like for example, I feel bad because my like clipper that I had, he got the, you know, the Build-A-Bear clip. Yeah. So he got that Build-A-Bear clip to 13 mil on TikTok and Instagram. So imagine how much that is. $50 per 100K. What's the math on that?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, a lot of money. I think it's like $8,000 right there.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Just off one clip.
Yeah, it's wild. There's a lot of money in this shit.
Do you feel like you have a good relationship with your clippers?
Yeah, I think right now.
Do you reach out to them personally, or is it just like?
Honestly, yeah, like me, like I've just genuinely I've built that connection. I'm like, yo, like just clip for me, bro. It'll pay off, like, you know. And they're also taking a chance on me. And honestly, like it's paying off for them. Like it recently started, and like a couple people like already got like 100K view videos.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, like honestly, like I know like I have that viral like thing in me, you know.
Sure.
So it's like I just need people to clip for me. That's it.
Talk to me a little bit about like analytics, like your analytics and your strategy when it comes to that, right? Like, you know, how do you go about like understanding your analytics scheme and then moving that into your content strategy?
So for example, like what time to post or whatever, like something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So like, you know, it's just, this makes the most sense, yeah. It's like, everybody's is different. You know, some people, for example, like I think most popular in US and Canada. So it's like, it'll show me like the specific times, like when's my thing more popping, like when's the best time to post, stuff like that, you know? Because at the end of the day, it's like, for example, like in America, Canada, kids go to school.
Right.
A lot of my content is like for like younger people or stuff, right? And they're at school. So it's like, it wouldn't make sense to post it in school because no teacher's letting you fucking watch a Paryeet stream in, you know, in school. So like for YouTube personally, like I post around like 3 to 5 p.m. That's usually when like people are out of school, stuff like that. Stream wise, I usually start my streams at like 6, something like that.
Okay.
You know?
Let's kind of move on. So the next part of this is audience questions, right? So the whole point of this is it's the Breakout Creative, right?
Yeah.
I built this because I've been fortunate enough to be able to build my network to people who have quote made it, right? Even though I personally have not yet, right? Like, but I understand what it is to be this struggling creative who's been consistent, who's been doing it, who has the accolades of it, but hasn't seen the success that we want out of it,
Yeah.
right? But I've been fortunate enough to get into the same rooms as people who have, right? And that's why I appreciate you coming on the pod,
Yeah, of
because
course.
you know you are someone who is doing this full time. You're making good money off of it.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing this for the love of the game that you enjoy, right?
Yeah.
And this is an opportunity for people who can't get into the room with people like you, but still want their questions answered,
Yeah.
right? So that's kind of what this segment's about. The first question we have is, when pushing for kind of stream targets, right? What do you feel like is more important when you're trying to? Do you feel like it's watch time, like stream length, or do you feel like it's content that is more important when you're actually starting out?
Oh, definitely content.
Okay.
100%. Like the stream time, it'll just basically like the longer you stream or whatever, that'll give you more opportunity for people to like click on your channel or whatever, right? Like it'll get you more follows, for example, right? But the content is what's gonna get more people to click on it. You know, like if for example, if I'm sitting here on Kick, right, and I'm just reacting to YouTube videos the whole time, right? How's that different from like they're gonna be like, oh well, like Kai Cenat's also reacting, so I'll fucking go watch Kai Cenat.
Right.
You know, you have to just be like different. You have to be unique. Like for example, if I go live and I'm like, oh, I'm doing the hot chip challenge, people are gonna want to come watch that because they just love, like, for whatever reason, torturing people.
Sure.
You know, like so it's definitely like it's content type 100% for streams.
Okay. For a up and coming streamer, what is a realistic stream length goal that they could hit consistently daily?
Like starting out.
Starting out. You're at 0 followers, 0 watch time, like 0 watchers. How long should you realistically start streaming every day?
I say do an hour and a half, and like I said before, just clip farm. Probably not even an hour and a half. Hour, just straight clip farm and clip it. Because other than that, if you're sitting there streaming like for a long period of time, you're literally you're wasting your time. The best thing to do is just go live an hour, clip farm like crazy until you're fucking exhausted. End your stream, go cut up the clips, go post it on TikTok, and include like your Twitch or your Kick or wherever you stream in the TikTok thing. And that's more likely of a chance to have like some viral clip or whatever, rather than sitting here trying to like stream for hours at a time, hoping for the viewers to just come in and like give you the chance, because that's just realistically not it. Clips is just like, is long form, short form. Short form is what people watch more,
Right.
100%. Like a lot of people don't watch streams until they see that short form like consistently. If you go on your page and let's say all you see is me, right? If you just constantly see my face, you keep scrolling, you're like, fuck, I can't get away from this dude. Even if you like me or not, you're still just gonna fucking watch my stream. 'Cause you're like, God damn, like I see him everywhere. All right, fuck it,
Sure. Like, let's go see what this guy's about.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. And the last one is, are you scared about AI? Like, with, Sora 2 coming up, how do you see yourself not getting caught up in controversy that you didn't create?
Yeah. I mean, I think it works both ways. If you're actually like controversial, you could blame it on AI. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I think I'm not really scared about it. I think at the end, actually I am scared about it, low key.
What are
This
you
shit
scared
could
about?
get scary. So for example, like with Sora, I've noticed that you can't screen record on Sora or whatever. So you can't just like take the clip and take it out of context. Like you have to save the clip, download it, and then you can like post it around or whatever, So it's like, and I feel like sometimes like with AI, like you can sort of tell, like it's like the speech or whatever, like no matter what, like it's a little bit different. Like you can tell for now. I think later on it's gonna get too advanced and it's just gonna get scary as shit.
Do you feel like there might be an identity crisis that happens if, let's say, it gets too good?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some clips of you recently, right? Where, you're reacting to Sora 2 clips
Yeah.
of your likeness,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Um, do you feel like there may be a time where it gets good enough to where you are almost having an identity crisis behind it? Like, do you feel like it's almost worth you not streaming and just kind of making AI clips because you've already built your platform base, or how do you kind of approach?
I mean,
that
honestly, I was looking at this the other day. I was like, yo, like this AI thing could literally do whatever. I was like, let me just see. And I typed some random prompt in or whatever. That's how it works. Like, you know, you type in a prompt
Right.
and it'll come out with the video. Like, I was like, you know what, let me just see. And it's actually kind of insane. Like, it is wild. Like, it is scary as shit.
Do you feel like, is that something that do you feel like it's cheating for streamers to like make clips?
Yeah, to an extent. But I mean, if you're smart with this shit, go crazy. Like, you know, like.
You don't think there's like a morality problem there?
I think there is. But at the same time, okay, so here's how I think. Okay, so like, and sometimes like I've seen, like with AI, like I've seen it on TikTok all the time. Like, see AI sometimes is fucking hilarious. Like it'll just be. I'm trying to think. Like I've seen something recently. I think it's like, okay, where I think it's like funny is like if the streamer is reacting to it, like the clips, for example, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck? Like I didn't do it, blah blah. Like that's the type of shit I find funny. But if you're using it just to like build a prompt and be like, oh, like make me like fucking jump off the Eiffel Tower or some shit, you know, like I think it's crazy. I think it's, I don't know, I think it's bullshit. Or like streaming on the freeway.
Right.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I had that idea. I was literally gonna go fucking set up my whole computer on a freeway.
Right.
And like stream there. But now I'm thinking, I was like, I could literally just fucking write on AI and be like, yo, like make me stream on the freeway, on the side of the freeway, you know?
Sure. That's crazy. Well, look, man, we've been going for a while. I really appreciate your time. I know your time's running out here in a sec, but is there any final remarks that you kind of want to talk about? Like, this whole idea stemmed from a brainchild of mine, right? And I really appreciate you being like the first guest on it, where this is something that I have built up my career to, you know, to be at a certain level. Sadly, that level didn't work out yet. Yet. I'm a firm believer that at some point, you know,
100%.
I'll figure it out. But I'm fortunate enough to have connections that I can get into the same room with, right? You are one of those connections, for example. What is, for people who are not able to build that connection yet, what is something that you could give them to hold them over?
Honestly, like, you know, just don't be down on yourself. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, in this type of industry that we're in, it's not easy. You're gonna have hard days. You will. You're gonna have days where you want to just quit. You're gonna have days where you're just like, you know what, is it even worth it? And when you push through those days, that's what separates you from just the regular person and, you know, one of those like, you know, people that just made it, you know? Like one day you're gonna look back and you'll be like, damn. Like let's say you make it, right? Which you will. Let's say you make it and you look back and you're like, damn, like what if I would have just quit? You know, I wouldn't be in this position. I feel like even like me, like I sometimes look back, I'm like, damn, like, you know what if I like just let that hate get to me and just let it like take over and just be like, you know what, fuck it, let me just quit.
Right.
And just go fucking be a doctor. You want me as your fucking doctor? Hell no. What? Hell no. Imagine I was your doctor. What the fuck? No. You know? So I'm just like, look back and I'm just like, I'm glad I got through like that hard point, you know? Because now it's just about mindset. Like I got my momentum back. Now it's just about mindset. Now I just need to show up every day, do something different, you know? Right. It's a process. It's not gonna happen overnight. If you think it's gonna happen overnight, you're better off quitting. It's gonna take a long time. You know, but as long as you stay dedicated and you keep like showing up, that's all that matters.
Do you feel like you quote made it?
No.
No?
No.
What's your ceiling?
The ceiling is the roof is open. That's how I look at it. You know, the roof is open for me. I think the sky is, what's that quote?
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit, yeah. My bad, I'm not like that into whatever the fuck the word is.
You're fine. When would you say you feel like you would quote make it?
Honestly, I don't know if I'm ever gonna say that. Just cause now like my mindset is like I just gotta keep going no matter what. Like I don't care how like I feel like the sky's just the limit. Like you've seen, for example, Kai Cenat. Nobody's ever done 1 million subscribers on Twitch. You know, that's the type of shit. Like you just break down the barriers. You know, I think like if it's like a like are you talking like in like a money sense or like
Just let's say on a personal sense, like your personal accomplishment, and let's say on a financial front.
I think when I would make it is honestly like sounds cliche like when for example my religion Sikhism is known to like the entire world. I feel like that's when like I'll be like, you know what, like I think I'm good. Cause like I don't know, that's like honestly this is like a lot of what I do it for. Like the money like what honestly you can make money in whatever field.
Right.
My thing is more so I just want to make like for example my face, like what we wear on our heads, I want it to be normalized. I don't want nobody to get bullied.
Right.
That's honestly why I do it, like genuinely. You know I keep bringing it up, but that's really why. Whether 6 like me or not, I don't care. But you know what? And then at the end of the day, like oh my god, I can't talk. At the end of the day, my goal is just you know I don't want kids like me to get bullied.
Right.
You know, so I think that's when I'll look back and I'll be like, you know what, like I think I made it.
Right. Well, hey man, thank you so much. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you.
100%.
Everybody, please go subscribe to Paryeet, whether that's Kick, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
No, I'm kidding.
And please subscribe to the Breakout Creative. This is something that is just as much yours as it is mine. You know, I want this to be a place where creators, you know, entrepreneurs, creators, creatives, like whatever it may be that you do that is in this creative realm, you know, I want this to be an outlet for you guys, and I want this to be some place that you guys can collaborate, share ideas, bounce ideas off each other. Like that's the whole reason I built this. And you know, for people who still would like to kind of connect with you, you know, like what's a good place for them to maybe reach out with some questions or whatnot.
Twitter or X, whatever the fuck it's called. X.
Okay.
You know, I'm always looking at my DMs. I always reply. If you guys have any questions and shit, you know. Twitter. Hundo.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.